All right, so let's talk about your home water shutoff valve. Why this is important is a lot of times we need to be able to turn the water off in order to complete the service. And as always, there can be times where water needs to be turned off pretty suddenly while we're doing an investigation. If we find a leak in the wall, we're out in your yard and we're digging around and a shovel hits a very old, fragile line. We want to be able to turn the water off very fast. We're do plumbing and we need to know where that water shutoff is and what type you have, so that not only can we know, but you can also know. So a lot of times we ask these questions, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback because homeowners actually didn't know or have the tools ready to go to turn their water off quickly in case of emergency. So we're going to jump right in with a really cool diagram that shows kind of how most homes are set up. Now we could replace a couple of these things and do the same thing with a well. So this is the public water main. They have a valve, and it comes up into what's called a curb stop and the valve and the water meter. Now, this is a perfect scenario, right? And this is also probably someplace up north where the lines are buried really deep. Our lines are not buried that deep, so they don't make all these 90-degree turns. They're just directly in line. The frost depth in Mississippi is only 4 inches deep, so as long as it's 4, 6, 8, 12 inches deep, it's not going to freeze, no problem. You could have just replaced this with a well, coming to the house. The wells don't have meters or anything, but you just got this water flowing into the house, and the only way to turn it off is with this valve right here. Now, this has a fancy little handle and shows you where to turn it off at. Some people have valves inside the home as well. This meter will be located inside the house, or you just have a valve somewhere, especially if you have a basement. This is very rare in North Mississippi. In fact, most of the time you have the valve attached to the meter itself, and I'll show you a picture of that. And it comes directly into the house, stubs up on the outside wall, and from there it goes out through the entire house. The only way to turn the water off in your home, therefore, is that shut off at the meter. That's why we're going to ask questions. We're going to know, is there another shut off that's buried right at the edge of the house, which we highly recommend? Is your house equipped with a shut off inside the house so we can turn it off inside the house? We're going to ask these questions and try to figure out, just so that it just saves us some time and energy and turning this water off and making sure you know as well where to turn it off at. So in the next diagram, we're going to see exactly what I was talking about. This is a typical water meter. This is actually from one of our jobs we wanted to take a picture of. This is coming, this actually has two, which is nice. You can change this meter out really easy. This is coming from the street side here, right? It's going to come in, it's going to come through this meter, go out, and here's where you would turn the water off. You see this little, it's a valve. It doesn't look like a valve, but it's a valve, right? And when it's this way, when it's parallel with the pipe, it's on. When it's perpendicular to the pipe, it's off. Same way right here, you can see this one's parallel, so this is all is on. Now, in order to turn it off, you need they make a valve tool you can get from Amazon, get from a local hardware store that grips this and turns it, or you can use something like an adjustable wrench or a pair of channel locks in a pinch. But doesn't matter, these are brass, and brass on brass with corrosive water. You see the green, that's from just very corrosive water reacting with this copper, reacting with this brass, is it's going to make it very hard to turn these off unless you're turning them on and off. And some people do. Every 6 months, they go out there and just turn their water off, turn it back on, just to exercise these valves. It's a good practice, but we recommend taking one step further. And we're going to give you an example of that. And that is on just a shutoff valve installed at the house. Now, this has both a pressure reducing valve as well as a shutoff for the house. This is PVC. We make all different types from PEX to brass to stainless steel, you name it. But this particular one would be located, I'll go back a couple of pictures, where we would highly recommend it be located, would be up very close to the house, right? So that when you have a water event inside your home, and every home has a water event. And over 95% of every single home ever built has reported that there was some type of localized flooding due to a water leak, busted pipe, and it would have been reduced had the water been able to be turned off quicker. So instead of running out all the way to the street and doing this, and as a boy, this is what I did. I ran out, and it was a tenth of a mile all the way to the end of the street, and I had turned the water off a bunch of times due to whatever reasons. But it was a long run, and more water damage happened because of it. I wish we had had one of these shutoff valves I'm talking about right at the edge of the house. All I had to do was run out to the door. Don't need special tools for this type of shutoff. You can literally reach into the little valve cover. This would have a valve cover on it, level grade, so that you can mow right over top of it. You could reach in here with your hand and turn this valve. No special tools required. So this is super beneficial. If you've got this, please let us know where this is. and that way we can turn it off rather quickly. The last thing, and we're seeing a lot more of these in what we highly, highly recommend, is this automatic shut off. Now, I'm going to show you where this is installed in just a minute, but this is a special valve set that's controlled by this motor that's hooked up to the home's Wi-Fi, right? And this does a number of different things. Number one, it's measuring water usage, so you can see how much you're using. It's detecting water leaks. There's another little wireless pod that goes with this that hooks up to the Wi-Fi with a really long battery life that can go near the water heater. It can go near some, plumbing in the attic, whatever that you may have issues with. And as soon as it detects water, it will automatically shut the water off for you, as well as it will sit there and learn your patterns of water usage. And if it detects something abnormal and say, hey, this is out of sync, everyone's asleep, there's no water being used, and all of a sudden I'm getting massive amount of water flow through this, I'm turning the water off. It'll turn itself off in the event that there is a leak, and then you can confirm it. If you're halfway around the world and you're on vacation, then you can rest easy knowing that your home is not flooding with water. So many people go on vacation in the wintertime, go visit people for the holidays, and they come home to a flooded house. This right here will give you that peace of mind, and a lot of people have it. We need to know where it is because we can turn it off, but these are located inside, and this is why we're asking. These will not be located outside, they're going to be located inside. And like I said, this typically in North Mississippi, the water line comes in and it stubs up right here on this outside wall inside of this wall. And so what we'll see is an access panel, just so it blends in with everything. It's a small access panel that could be painted over with that valve attached to the main line coming into the house. So it's protected from freezing. It's got great Wi-Fi service. It's protected from water damage. These are a little bit of an investment to be able to install, but those savings, even after one leak, is absolutely insane. Not to mention, you get a lot of insight into your water. You get to know your water usage, and you get that peace of mind when you're on vacation. So, if you have one of these, please let us know where this little access panel is, because we're out here running out here to the street trying to cut stuff off, and there's easy access right here. And this just helps us find out where everything is at and where it's going. And that is it. If you've got any more information about if you have an actual water valve inside the home, please let us know. These are usually found at the water heater to just turn the hot water side of things off, or the cold going into the water heater, but that only turns off the hot side of all the water and not the cold side going everywhere else. And so we would need more valves than that. But we are happy once we find these, we actually have labels, and we'll help you label these: hot water shut off, cold water shut off, and have labels and show you where they're at, send pictures, send videos. That way you in the future know how and where to turn your water off. Thanks for watching.